Well, we head towards closure this morning with our edition of News and Views right here on Assalam Media and taking a look ahead at an event that is taking place this coming weekend. We're talking about the South African Women Unite for Gaza hosting their second International Women's Month conference. And this is taking place this weekend on the 8th of August at the Monarch Hotel, and that's in Rosebank from 9 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. And they have a host of prolific speakers, panelists, and they demonstrate resilience of women worldwide. And we're joined by none other than the Chief Coordinator of South African Women's Unite for Gaza, Sister Shamshad Sayed. Sister Shamshad, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jummah Mubarak to you and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran jazeelan, Brother Inayat, for having me and your channel. Yes, you're definitely right. We are celebrating women. It is a celebration of women's resilience in Gaza, in South Africa, in our local communities, internationally, nationally, in Africa, etc. Women who shape societies, women who give up their time and their talent selflessly in all that they have given, the God-given gift of talents in the communities. For example, we have Jess Munemani, who is a mixed martial arts fighter, and her resilience in professional sport, and also her journey to Islam, as well as her passion for Palestine. And we have also the likes of Sister Rabia Hawa, who's from Kenya. She's a recipient of the Women of Wonder in Kenya, and she is extremely involved in the nature conservation and showing resilience in fighting for the preservation of nature conservation. We have several other speakers and panelists as well, but just as an overview, yes, it is a discussion, it is a sharing of the resilience of women as well as comparing it to the resilience of women in Gaza. We also have two speakers from Gaza. I think you had Sister Malak on Salam Media. She's obviously going to speak about her journey. This particular sister walked from North Gaza to South Gaza, all the way down from North to South Gaza at the time when they were striking the people as they were walking. They told them these are safe places. And en route, they saw dead bodies, they saw killings, but they couldn't even walk and stop to assist anybody because of the occupation. But she walked right to Egypt, and from there she came to South Africa. Then we have Sister Isra also, who's been orphaned since the age of 5. I mean, this is long before October 7th. And she's now, supporting her family. And she'll tell you what the struggle is like. Before, it was easy to support the entire family. Now, even to take care of her mother is a challenge because of the black market and the economic situation, etc. Yes, so it is a celebration of diversity and unity as well. We find ourselves, Brother Inayat, a stage in our country and the world that's very fractured. Sometimes you wonder how we got here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, but as women, like the 4 women who marched to the Union buildings in 1956, Joseph Lillian and Goy, Sophie Williams de Bruyn, and Rahima Musa, women of 4 colors and races and nationalities and religions. They walked to the Union buildings because they took a principled stand against injustice. And that is the stand we're taking, a principled stand against injustice, but through the resilience of women. We are saying that women have it within them. We have this natural affinity to care. But at the same time, we are very strong. We are very strong emotionally, very strong community leaders. We are very strong as mothers in our homes. We are very strong in every aspect. I can talk about the physical aspect. I don't think a man will ever be able to bear the pain of one contraction, let alone the entire process of giving birth. But having said that, Allah has endowed us with this great leadership as the wives of Ummahatul Ummah, the wives of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the wife of Fir'aun, Asya, the Maryam alayhi salam, all showed immense resilience. And this is the kind of resilience that make societies work, that make communities work, that makes a nation viable and have social cohesion. So we are all coming together as women of all races and nationalities, because we also have quite a few Amakosis coming, and they share with us the notion that culture, religion, value should be respected. And we need to capitalize on that. For example, we have Nkosi Msibi, who, being an Nkosi, like a leader, a reigning ruler of an area, but she's most involved in the daily social upliftment, community involvement, caring and nurturing. For example, 2 days ago, when she called me, she was at a hospital, seeing to certain children in the hospital. I mean, this is the kind of women that we are going to be meeting with and having discussions with, etc. She'll be talking about the resilience of women in the rural areas and how they continue to educate and promote their communities to get better all the time, to serve their communities, even though technology might not reach them, even the materialism might not reach them. But the fact of the matter is they make communities work. And also we have Dr. Her Royal Majesty Dr. Khawalile Moroka, who is the reigning queen of the Baroleng people in the Free State, be sharing the values and the resilience of the traditional women, and royal women, traditional women, that no matter what odds they go through, what traditional life they live, they're resilient. And they make their communities work, alhamdulillah. Sister, we also have, as I say, Sister Munemini, we also have Mom Ndebele. I'm sure you all know Mom Ndebele. She was at the Soweto Walk for Salam Media. And she'll be sharing her journey to Islam and her struggle and resilience during apartheid to keep that hijab on and to keep to her profession in such a professional way. And today, she still continues to serve her community with the organization that the Queen of the Baralang people had established some time ago. And working in synergy with the community and walking 5 kilometers every day to get things done, alhamdulillah. We also have, going to be an auction by Sister Isra. She'll be showcasing some of her art. We've shared that on social media. It's all done by herself, and all the proceeds will go towards the people of Gaza. Never forget the people of Gaza. Never stop talking about the people of Gaza. Every single day, write or show something about Gaza, because they need that kind of caring and assistance from us, that show the world what we have given for Al-Aqsa, So that we can't forget. That is at the helm of everything. We have also Sister Fazana Mayed from Panache Promotions, and she is one of the most selfless women you can find, always uplifting other women across the board, of all religions, of all colors, of all creeds, of all nationalities, really making society work, really having a social cohesion, and not just in South Africa, but in Dubai, in Qatar, in Mauritius, in India soon, in the UK, in every province in South Africa, basically the three provinces, KZN, Gauteng, and Cape Town, again, across all nations and religions. And we have to do this. We have to interact and project the social cohesion and practice upon the social cohesion that Islam also says in Surah Al-Hujra. Allah Ta'ala says, "Did you not know I created you into nations and tribes so that you may recognize each other and not despise each other?" And that is a Quranic verse that we're taking as one of the themes of the conference. We also have a panel discussion. We have quite a few of our prolific sisters from the townships. We say apartheid has ended 30 years ago. It didn't. Until those structures of apartheid remain, which was the creation of parallel development, those locations, and where crime is infested, all sorts of social ills are infested, all sorts of social challenges. The panels will be sharing their challenges they face and the resilience they have in respect of those challenges. Led by Muallima Alima Hasina Ali, a wife of Maulana Muraledi. Her daughter, Sister Uama Youth, she's with Salam Media, very prolific speaker, entrepreneur as well as presenter on Salam Media. She's on the panel talking from the youth perspective. And this is a very fiery panel because people will be posing questions to them and they'll need to answer. And, we all are responsible for whatever is happening in this country. And we then have Apa Fatima Khioli. I think she's also no stranger to Salam Media. She's from Katema, and she'll be talking about the challenges they face and speaking to it as well as there's the resilience. And we know she has a vast amount of resilience because the amount of work she does in spite of all the challenges that she faces. We also have Sister Shanaz from Sisters of Hope. who will be speaking about the challenges they face in the so-called colored communities. We tend to sometimes overlook the challenges they face, and sometimes it can be far worse than any other community is facing, and the resilience they have in respect of facing up to those challenges, inshallah. I'm just trying to think that I hope I didn't miss out anybody. We have two more very prolific panelists. It's Lima Sadia Ranseli. She's an electrician by profession. She grew up in an orphanage. I was her teacher at one stage. Alhamdulillah, proud to have been so. And really doing phenomenal work in the community. I mean, we sometimes have children in most communities have all the access to wealth and money and university, but make nothing out of it. Here we have a child that struggles for an orphanage. And she's a mother today and a daughter-in-law of Aisha Ranseli, who is our other panelist, a very, very fiery panelist. And she's has a string of degrees from Duduza, both of them from Duduza, and the challenges they face and the resilience they face. I think you remember her from the panel discussions we used to have, Brother Inayat, on SSA and GD, and she used to be on the panel, very prolific speaker. So yes, there's basically our challenge, our speakers and panelists. And we also have Candace King coming on live. Candace King is passionate about Palestine. She is the daughter of a former Black Sash leader in South Africa, now residing presently in Thailand, and she'll come on live, inshallah, to the panel. So yes, so that's basically the lineup for the speakers and the panelists. I hope I haven't missed out anybody because I'm speaking from off the cuff. But if there's any questions, Brother Inayat, you can...
Yes. Yes, Sister Shamshad. I know, obviously, looking at it from the first conference last year, that obviously the one once again it promises to be quite a dynamic, a power pack conference this time around as well. From what you've mentioned in terms of the speakers, in terms of the diversity, in terms of the different topics and the areas of expertise, the key issue here obviously is to get the numbers in, and we know it's a women's only conference, and it is taking place at the Monarch Hotel, starting at 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 200 rand per delegates. Just in terms of bookings, are there any spaces still open for people to book?
I must mention one keynote speaker, and that is a key speaker, and that's Maulima Khadija Patel, the wife of Maulana Abu Khalid Ali, who was the president of UXA. She'll be drawing all the topics together and making a whole of it, as a very important part of the speaker, linking Gaza to it, etc. No, Brother Inayat, we are fully booked. We made 10 extra seats. That's also been taken. So we are really fully booked, and it can't accommodate more, because then we'll have to go into the other areas, which is not part of the main banqueting hall. So the conference is in the banqueting hall, and it's only by registration. You can't pitch up at the door and say, I need to come in. Unfortunately, we've given enough time to everybody. Even when we were fully booked, we didn't say fully booked because we wanted to see if there are people we could accommodate them. But now we are really fully booked. And but Jazakallah for all the patronage from everyone. We're getting delegations coming from Cape Town, from Newcastle, from the Mpumalanga provinces, from quite a few areas around here, quite a few organizations represent their representatives. We're having young students coming from Kurtuba, from Houghton Muslim Academy, from Springs Muslim School, very keen. I know the head girl and deputy head girl is coming, and the teachers accompanying them. And we've got two young girls from Houghton Muslim, from Houghton. I think it's Rahma and her sister, who are going to be reading opening the second session with Kirat, also from Surah Hujurat. So yes, I know there's keenness to attend, and we'd like to thank the schools for sending their participants, because they're students, because they are the future leaders, and we have to hand over the baton sooner or later, and now is the time. And so that's basically it. We want them to learn, take the message, go to their communities, implement that very important part. While we care about humanity all over the world, not just in Gaza and Kashmir and Sudan, but all over the world, including South Africa, we feel the pain of every single woman, child, because when there's wars and when there's ravages of war, it's the women who feel it the most, and they have to suffer the vicissitudes of war, and they show that resilience. And we're sharing that to bring about social cohesion, not just in the Middle East, in the world, but also in South Africa. And we hope that it will be well received. We will be streaming live on two radio stations. One will be on social media, the other one will be on YouTube. And so we'll share those links the moment we start, inshallah. So for those who
Well,
couldn't make
inshallah.
it.
Jazakallah khairan so much for that and also for taking time out for us this morning, Sister Shamshad. Have yourself a wonderful
Jazakallah for
day.
having me.
Once again, wishing you all the best and the team
Jazak-
at South African Women's United for Gaza for this year's conference. I'm sure it promises to be just as dynamic or in fact more dynamic than the previous year as well. So all the best to you, inshallah. And once again, Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran jazeelan, Brother Inayat, and success to you and the team. Assalamu alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Shamshad Sayed, Chief Coordinator of the event taking place tomorrow at the Monarch Hotel, the second International Women's Month Conference. And this is the South African Women United for Gaza. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We've got a Nikah announcement before we sign off this morning.